coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. They do it big here in Houston, and a second ago it was a Texas-sized welcome for their hometown guys. They're fired up and ready to go as they get set to match up with the Jacksonville Jaguars. And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
Not a lot of running room there. Not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out because they had everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
On second down now, it's Pierce. And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. On 3rd down, here's Mills. This is caught. It's Cooks. And some room to work. And he'll get this way down into Jacksonville territory. A huge play there for Houston.
Well, if you pull up his college highlight reel, you will see no shortage of great throws. And here's one in his NFL debut for big yardage.
And this is going to be a big test early in his career. How accurate can he be on throws like this? If he keeps doing that, he's going to be just fine.
On 1st down, Pierce. He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
We've called a lot of games, but we don't normally talk about inside linebackers being that fleet of foot, do we?
No, he was able to get outside there to make that play.
Yeah, and you know what makes them faster? Their ability to read plays, understand what offenses are trying to do, and put themselves in proper position.
It's 2nd and 7 from the 9. Throwing, Mills. This to the outside for Mack. A nice throw right there, and these fans getting their first look at their QB1 of the future. I'd imagine it's got to be a big plus for him to get his first start here in front of that home crowd.
I know there's a school of thought about getting your first start away from home so you don't have the extra pressure of that crowd behind you. But I say ride the wave, embrace it. Go ahead and play to that level, and I think it's going to benefit him in the long run.
1st and goal, a good chance for our first touchdown of the new season.
They'll try to run this one in, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
It looks like they quit hitting the snooze button on their alarm there. Finally a sign of life from this defense. They've been fairly passive on this opening drive. Now able to stand up on 1st and goal, and they sent that play backwards.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal.
He'll try again.
And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, and now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
Right now. No questioning the toughness of this Jaguar defense. This is 3rd and goal. 3rd and goal, Mills. Touchdown, Texans. Brevin Jordan. His first NFL reception goes for 6.
And the Texans are on the board here first in the season opener.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
Now Jamal Agnew from his end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped.
And that's a pleasing run there by Travis Etienne. And every time I see him carry it, I think of the word mature. Why? 4 full seasons at Clemson, not something you normally get with a running back. Had almost 5,000 yards rushing, the school record, along with 70 rushing touchdowns. That's both the school record and ACC record. The second running back taken in the draft after Najee Harris from Alabama, number 25 overall. He's now wearing number 1 in the NFL after wearing number 9 at Clemson. He loves those single digits.
And he'll just get rid of it. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
On second down, a run with Etienne.
There's a nice move, and he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
They go play action now. Lawrence.
And his throw here's incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Second and 10. Here's Lawrence.
Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack.
Jonathan Grenard.
What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13.
Boy, Charles, that time he took a bad situation and made it worse.
Yeah, you're almost putting together a nice little song there, aren't you? Because it's something you'll see from young quarterbacks. They have that tendency to retreat backwards instead of stepping up in the pocket.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
He'll get that underneath Etienne.
And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th.
Well, there you go, Charles, the first completed pass of his young career.
And we expect it not to be his last. Very good to get the first one out of the way, though, as he begins his career.
The Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away.
Pretty woeful there. Just 23 yards on the punt. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. And getting our first update now from Nashville. And the early lead there belonging to the Cardinals. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
And, Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in Week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
Dancing to his left. And that is incomplete here.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
On play action, Mills.
Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
And this is what you want to see from a defense. Give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about them going back out there, recommitting themselves to the task at hand, and forcing a 3-and-out and giving the ball back to their offense.
On is the punter, Johnston now, as he sends this one away.
Good coverage there. An even 50-yard punt leads to a return of 5. And it'll be Jaguar football as they take over deep in their own territory. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They were forced to punt on their initial drive of the new season. Now they're ready to go as they begin again with a 1st and 10. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, partner, I don't think it's any secret that any running back wants to be able to see a hole open so that he can gallop through it. But in this case, he had to slow down. There was really no hole there. And he took a big hit in order to get that 1 yard.
And he'll get nothing there. Stopped right at the line as that will wind us down to the end of this first quarter of play. After 7-0 on EA Sports. And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down.
From the shotgun, Lawrence.
That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down.
A nice completion there for the 1st down. And, Charles, you think about the quarterbacks of recent vintage that have been thrust into action Week 1. It's no guarantee of future success, but we sure have seen some good ones.
We certainly have, partner. How about Joe Burrow with the Bengals in 2020? He was excellent. Kyler Murray with the Cardinals. The best part about his game, has his team right on the brink of the playoffs. And Deshaun Watson has won division titles after having started from day 1.
Throwing now, Lawrence on 1st down. He'll get this out to the flat for ETN.
He'll go down as a gain of 6, and it's a 2nd down.
Another completion there. We think about the draft back in the spring. He was selected, obviously, the #1 overall pick. There's great money with that, but, Charles, I would think maybe an extra burden, too, or is that not that big of a deal at all?
It actually is in the beginning of his career an added burden, but it's one of those things that if you play well, it becomes something that justifies why you were taken #1. You're fine with that. If you don't play well, it can be an albatross. Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 49-yard line.
Now Lawrence.
And completes it to Kirk over the middle. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down.
Another completion there, and what a big moment in a young quarterback's life, that first NFL start. And Charles, obviously they want him to win games, but if they're looking at him under a microscope in this first month or so, what do you think they're hoping to see from him?
Well, for every question they'll have for him, they should have for themselves as a coaching staff, because it's not just how quickly can he learn the offense, it's what they can teach him, right? How can he build a relationship with his receivers? And, of course, how open is he to learning? And, of course, how open are they to giving him things that he can put in place on the field? And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Here's Lawrence to throw. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Ross Blacklock drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long.
Well, that's the second time he's been sacked so far in the first half, and if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so they can throw the football.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And you can't do it much better than that. This ball kicks out of bounds at the 4-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position, backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a one-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
So that last play gives them a little more space now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line. Mills on 1st down. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 23. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Folks, remember this, his first NFL game, a rookie getting playing time here in week 1, and he comes through with a giant play there, an interception return for, obviously, his first NFL touchdown.
Do you think he dreamed that last night at all? No chance. Not one whatsoever, but he got it done.
Extra point right down the middle, and we are tied here in the second quarter. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They'll run on 1st down. It's Pierce, and he will fight his way forward to about the 23-yard line. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Now Mills. And his throw is incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
The Texans on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. To throw, Mills. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Those free safeties, they get to sit back there if they've got good pass rushers like this team does. Read like a book. He read it like a book and took it in for 6.
And if they use their eyes well and their anticipation skills, they can make big plays, just as what we saw, a free safety's dream. Follow the football, go to it, and take it the other way.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 14-7. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Let's go. Hey, we got number 50.
They run the counter. It's Pierce. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
They just keep trying, but so far, finding no room for him to run.
None whatsoever. In fact, you run the numbers. He's under 3 yards a carry at the moment. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. On 3rd down, Pierce. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. A 1st down throw for Mills. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by the rookie, Andre Cisco. And the Jaguars are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And Hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
47 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. They go play action with Lawrence. Completes it to Evan Ingram. Touchdown, Jaguars. Evan Ingram, 37 yards. And the Jaguars are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So a good start to the campaign so far for them here in week 1.
Yeah, all the things that you dreamed about in April and May and that you worked on in July and August, getting ready for this game, it's all coming together so far.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 21-7.
Jaguars 21, Texans 7. Logan Cook to kick off for the Jaguars.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Mills now looks to throw on 1st down. He's going to air one out. And incomplete on the deep ball. So, CD, big changes for 2021. Of course, last year we had the expansion from 6 to 7 teams in each conference making the playoffs. This year, the headline, the addition of a 17th regular season game. What did you think when you heard the news that this was happening?
Well, my first thought, partner, was finally, because we've heard about a 17th game coming for a long time, and now here it is. So the beautiful part about all of it is that's
nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. Mills now. He's going to float this one deep right side. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the rookie, Andre Sisco. And the Jags will take over here at their own 14-yard line. Boy, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game. Go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And this Texans defense, they're all charged up now. They stop him behind the line for the second straight play. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. The Texans here on 3rd down, putting an extra defender in the secondary. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. It got his man, complete. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick it down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
Let's go now. 70, Indy.
Now Lawrence on 1st down. This is caught. It's Kirk. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Lawrence. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there.
X3, 2-3, jump. Leo.
Final play of the half. It's Lawrence. Throw left side, complete to Ingram. And with a clock reading zeros, he is into the end zone. What an exclamation mark to the end of this second quarter.
Indeed.
CD for them, this has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Extra point right down the middle. And that will take us to the end of the first half of play. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
The Jaguars take over first and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
6'6", bullet high. Snap.
And they'll go again with Etienne. And he goes across the 20 to the 22. 53 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Ready, ready. 90 volt. Shoot that bomber. Shoot that bomber.
They'll run with Etienne.
They find some open field here. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A big gain there on 3rd and long. He's making quite a splash here in his NFL debut.
Well, he was advertised as being NFL ready, and both you and I tend to arch an eyebrow a little bit when we first hear that, but I think that they were right about this one.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Looking to throw, Lawrence.
He'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. A gain of 6 there on 1st. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Working with a 2nd and 4. A give to Etienne running right.
Powering forward. Oh, some strong running. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Evan Ingram with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns.
And the Jags are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll increase their lead to 28.
Texans 7. Logan Cook to kick off for the Jaguars.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled it to 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. They go again with Pierce. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. On the carry, this is Pierce. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll run. This is Pierce. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40.
76 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
On 3rd down, it's Pierce. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big gain there on 3rd and long.
Well, partner, that's one of the problems when you sell out to stop the run on 3rd and short. Sometimes you break the initial wall and you go a long way.
So how do you prevent it?
That's tough to do. That really is tough to do. And one of the things offenses like to do nowadays in practice, they do a lot of working against equal numbers. They'll start putting more and more numbers on defense and just telling the offensive guys, figure it out, learn how to block it. We may see this situation.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
51, Mike. Mike 51. Go. Go.
They'll run it here with Pierce. And they move this all the way down to the 9.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
Here's Mills.
Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
K'Lavon Chaisson able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. A run here with Pierce. And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. It's a solid pickup, 8 yards, but work still to do now on 3rd and goal.
Third and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable. 3rd and goal, Mills.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. That pass play good for 7, but it still brings up a 4th and goal.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. I'm kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit 3rd quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag?
I just
want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points It's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Look at me. Go, fight.
ETN once more. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. That's caught. It's Dan Arnold, the tight end. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34.
General West.
53, check 53. In your face.
Going for it, here's ETN. And he will have a first down here at about the 40.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss of a yard. A nice throw there. We've seen a lot of those from this young man. How would you assess, Charles, his first start thus far?
I think it's been everything that they could have asked for, because he's handled all the basic things quite well. And even some of the wrinkles that have been thrown at him, he's shown a lot of poise throughout and made some nice plays.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 32-yard line. Back to the ground with ETN. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
From the 29, Lawrence. Flushed out right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
The 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down. Lawrence will throw. And Ingram holds it in. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
Tell you what, partner, the way he's been slinging it in this one, I think he should be ticketed for a baseball cap and a set of headphones for the next drive. He's been absolutely sensational. But one thing we both learned about quarterbacks in this league, they often stay on the field longer than you expect.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
A shotgun snap and a give to ETN. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Travis Etienne
with his first career touchdown in his first career game.
And the Jaguars are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their fourth quarter lead.
Now the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week one because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. So these fans just kind of beside themselves right now. Devon Hamilton with the tackle.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Pierce. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
The Texans on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 8.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30.
A 2-yard gain. It's 4th down.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And this works out well as it'll kick out of bounds at the 11-yard line.
At their own 11-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
And this has been quite a performance to kick off the new year on the road, no less, as they try to finish things off here in the fourth quarter.
And he powers through the first wave, but he's going to be swallowed up behind the line of scrimmage.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up.
Come on, set, 8, read.
Number 53, Mike 53. Squeeze, squeeze.
Lawrence. And, that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up 4th down.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
And they'll try and throw for it with Lawrence.
Steps away to his left. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled.
As a rookie quarterback, that's exactly how you endear yourself to your teammates. Give it up for the cause. It's also how you end up on the training table, too.
Yeah, it's a catch-22. Coach doesn't like it. Teammates love it. Where do you fall on it?
Well, I fall on wanting to endear yourself to your teammates, but pick your spots. Be smart about it. They need you for the full season.
Yeah, the rookie's going to learn as he goes. Yep. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on second.
Let's go.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game.